So, throughout your career, what would you say you enjoyed the most about dancing?
I can't pick just one. I think that there's little bits and pieces of different aspects that I liked. Like, I loved working actually with the seamstresses and a lot of the costume department. I liked hearing the music and kind of picturing in your head how you think this piece is going to be choreographed, and then the choreographer director comes in and shows you the choreography. It could be either very similar to what you had in your mind or completely different. I loved, I guess, that the music is the driving force that directs your whole entire piece. I feel like we shouldn't dance if there's not any music.
I know you've mentioned before the audience is also one of your favorite parts. Just seeing people's reactions and...
Yeah, I mean, it's like in the front row, I clearly remember one time, sometimes the ballets are long and people can fall asleep, but I just remember going to take a bow and being like, oh, this was such a hard piece, and I look up and there's like some old guy like conked out in the front seat, and then I always
passed out,
like some kids really excited and clapping, and you never know what to expect from the audience, and it's very refreshing because the choreography can get very militant and just kind of monotonous, repetitive. So to have bits and pieces that you can focus on, it's refreshing, like the audience or even the music, because if you have a conductor, I would say human orchestra, like it's going to be different every time. It's not like recorded music where you can just press play. So I think a lot of my favorite parts was actually, now that I think about it, the live music, having a conductor.
What would be your definition of success in the dance industry, and do you think you achieved that?
I struggle with this a little bit just because I feel like the public has an idea in their head of, oh, you've been successful because you were a principal with so-and-so company. I was never a principal, but that was never my goal either.
And exactly what the term principal?
That's it's a ranking system. So
in the dancing industry?
In a dance company.
Okay.
So in a dance company, you'll have a ranking system where the very bottom could be a professional division, or an apprentice, or a trainee, and then it goes corps de ballet, then soloist, then principal. And I think everyone's definition of success is different. I mean, I would find success in, say, being able to complete a piece called Concerto Barocco by George Balanchine that was so difficult and very aerobic. And even just getting through that whole piece and not feeling winded afterward in rehearsal, to me that was a success.
That's a success.
I have my technique shoes. So we use these on downtime, I guess, when you're not using point shoes. They come in different colors, black, white, pink. I just prefer white because it shows off your feet more. But also too, just being able to have a contract with a top ballet company and getting paid to do what I love. That's a success.
Yeah.
You know, because I know not many people get that opportunity. So
yeah, exactly.
I was
That's
very,
awesome.
very, very grateful.
And what would you say are kind of the more harder aspects of the dance career and the dance industry that you have experienced and kind of through your own career as a dancer?
I think, and everyone's answer is going to be different, but for me,
yeah,
it's the hardest part, I think, was myself. Perfection is a term I think that especially ballerinas use, and you put yourself kind of on this pedestal of how you should look like, how you should act like in a ballet, or every little thing, to how your hair's done, how your makeup has to be perfect, every little thing you've already planned through in your head of how you want it to go. And if at the end of the day you're not living up to that, it's kind of
hard on yourself.
It's a stab in the heart. So I think the hardest part about all of it, like obviously the physical injuries are pretty challenging. Like I tore my ankle, I cracked 2 ribs, cracked my back, And that's not including all the blisters and corns and
Yeah.
stuff on my feet. But I didn't necessarily see that as like the difficult part. Like I felt like that was easy to push through because mentally you have to. You have no choice. But I think
Yeah.
the part where you're expected to kind of look like perfection, that part was the most difficult because it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible mentally and physically to be that perfect. And that's it. You know what you're signing up for in terms of injuries. That's like a no-brainer.
Yeah. It's more of the mental part.
You don't know getting into it or when you get your first pair of pointe shoes that mentally this is going to be a very challenging road.
"21 years of dancing. When did that kind of come to an end? How long ago was that?
About 6 months. So to me, it's been a long career, you know, because I started when I was 3, and now I'm 25. So to me, that's a very long career.
Yeah. And from that career, what do you think you have gained by choosing that path of a career? What have you gained from this whole experience to take on with you in life?
I feel like I can say that I wouldn't have the jobs I have now without my ballet background. Just hard work ethic for one.
Definitely.
Being irreplaceable, I think, is huge.
Yeah.
And I see it even today, or not today, but just I guess in today's age, working at a corporate office, I notice that people don't have that same sense of urgency of being irreplaceable. Like they get kind of comfortable in their job. But in ballet, it's the complete opposite. There's 100 girls or more wanting your spot or needing that contract. So the idea of being irreplaceable, I think, has stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped me through interviews, through job after job. I mean, it's helped me a lot, and I didn't even realize it until now. These are my old company shirts. Good to keep as warm-ups. What's just kind of comical to me now is I've been through so much with ballet and pushed in so many different ways, mentally and physically, that any obstacle I have now is a breeze.
Yeah, compared to that.
This has definitely set me up to be strong, flexible, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And to just kind of roll with the punches and be irreplaceable.
Yeah. I guess, what is the meaning of dance to you? Like, how did that fulfill something in your life?
The first thing that comes to mind, and I kind of get like teary. It's almost like I see Ariel in a way where I'm a ballet dancer, and that was like a huge part of my childhood. So ballet to me means like everything. It's always been a part of me. I don't know life without it. I'm crying, but this is happy. Like
happy
it's overwhelming. I think to think about what does dance mean to me, because I feel like ballet or dance was me. I mean, it was like a living, breathing thing. It wasn't just like a passion, or it doesn't even seem like a career. Like it was literally a part of me. I feel like that would be like asking a flower what life is like without sun. Like it's just, it's a part of me, and it's
that important.
Yeah.
What are you doing now, or what are your plans for the near future as far as what you would like to do and continue with?
I think that's a great question, and I think that's something that I ask myself on a daily basis. I'm still figuring it out, you know? Like I don't necessarily have all the answers. I don't have my next career planned, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of exploring more of my passions, and then hopefully through that I'll find what my next thing is. Like I really enjoy yoga. I like to make jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
I like helping others. I like therapy work, whether that's massage therapy or biofeedback, or I'm not sure yet. You know, all I know is that there's certain passions that I like, and I'll just try and explore those to its fullest.
Perfect. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me about this.
Yeah.
And you've been one of my favorite guests, and this is my very first artist interview. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I guess to check back later, this has been the art department. Yeah, fuck that part up. So to check back later, this has been the art. Well, this is okay, hold on.
Check in with us later.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.